Title: South Korea's Semiconductor Assurance, Most Favored Nation Status Amidst U.S. Tariff Talk. Hello everyone, and welcome to a crucial discussion impacting the global technology landscape and South Korea's pivotal semiconductor industry. Today, we're delving into a topic that has generated significant buzz: former U.S. President Donald Trump's recent remarks regarding potential tariffs on semiconductors, and the reassuring stance taken by the South Korean presidential office. At the heart of this narrative is a profoundly impactful declaration from the presidential office that South Korea has secured a promise of Most Favored Nation (MFN) treatment from the United States. But what exactly does this mean for the highly sensitive and competitive semiconductor sector? Let's set the stage. The tech world held its breath when former President Trump, known for his bold trade policies, floated the possibility of imposing tariffs as high as 100% on imported semiconductors. Such a move, if broadly applied, could send shockwaves through supply chains, escalate production costs, and potentially alter competitive dynamics for major chip makers, including those in South Korea, a global powerhouse in semiconductor manufacturing. Naturally, this prospect sparked immediate concerns within South Korea's industry and government. The United States is a critical market and a key partner for Korean semiconductor companies. Any disruption, especially one involving steep tariffs, could have substantial economic ramifications. However, amidst these concerns, the South Korean presidential office has offered a clear and consistent message of reassurance. Kang Yoo-young, the spokesperson for the presidential office, emphatically stated in a briefing that despite Trump's tariff rhetoric, South Korea has indeed been promised MFN treatment by the United States. This isn't a new negotiation. Rather, it's an existing understanding the government has reaffirmed. So, what is this most favored nation status, and why is it so important? Simply put, MFN is a fundamental principle in international trade law, and a cornerstone of the World Trade Organization (WTO) framework. When one country grants MFN status to another, it commits to treating that country no less favorably than any other country in matters of trade. In practical terms, this means that, if the US applies a certain tariff rate on semiconductors from, say, the European Union, then South Korea is entitled to receive the same, or even better, tariff rate. It ensures a level playing field, preventing discriminatory trade practices. Let's visualize this. If the US were to impose a 15% tariff on semiconductors from the European Union, then under MFN principles, South Korea should also expect to face a tariff of approximately 15%, or less, on its semiconductor exports to the US. The key takeaway is that if tariffs are implemented, they won't disproportionately target South Korean products. South Korea will not be singled out for harsher treatment. Spokesperson Kang Yoo-young further reinforced this position by quoting Yohan Koo, the former trade minister and chief trade negotiator, who played a crucial role in securing these trade assurances. The essence of their collective message is that even if the US were to consider extremely high tariffs, perhaps 100% or even 200% as suggested on certain semiconductor imports, South Korea's MFN status provides a protective shield. This means that Korean companies would not be subjected to such exorbitant rates if other major trading partners receive significantly lower ones. The promise of MFN treatment significantly mitigates the risk of South Korea being caught in the crossfire of more aggressive trade policies. Therefore, the conclusion drawn by the presidential office is clear. While the rhetoric around potential tariffs may seem alarming, the established agreement for MFN treatment between South Korea and the United States ensures a degree of stability for Korean semiconductor exports. This perspective suggests that an excessive level of worry might be unwarranted. Instead, the focus should be on carefully monitoring the situation and observing the proactive measures taken by the South Korean government. What does this mean for us? the consumers, the tech enthusiasts, and indeed, anyone with a stake in the global economy? It means that despite the headlines, there's an underlying layer of diplomatic and trade agreements working to stabilize these vital economic relationships. It's a testament to the ongoing dialogue and strategic partnerships that exist between nations. Looking ahead, the South Korean government has reiterated its commitment to closely cooperate with the U.S. to ensure that its companies do not face unfair disadvantages. This continuous engagement is vital for maintaining robust trade relations and for navigating the complexities of international commerce, especially in a sector as dynamic and globally interconnected as semiconductors. But this situation also prompts us to ponder deeper questions. How resilient are these international trade agreements in the face of shifting political landscapes? Can existing diplomatic assurances truly safeguard industries from the whims of future policy changes? And as technology continues to blur geographical lines, how do nations balance national economic interests with the imperative for global cooperation and open trade? These are not easy questions, and the answers will likely unfold as we move forward. However, for now, the message from the South Korean presidential office is one of measured confidence, grounded in the principle of most favored nation treatment. Thank you for joining this insightful discussion. We encourage you to stay informed and continue to reflect on the intricate dance between global politics and economic realities.